I think boiled down into a word, empath energetics has given me a lot of validation. I found sort of a spiritual calling was coming to me at the beginning of the year, but I wasn't really able to make a lot of sense of it, which is what sort of led me to sign up for the class in the first place. It's kind of uncanny how many things have come up in the last 4 months just as I was taking the class. So I'm a poet, and I came to the beginning of the class, uh, just starting writing poetry. And by the end of the class, I had over 50 poems that I had wrote. So inspiration did come, but also along with that, I got a gig booked at Hillside Festival. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from other people. So there was just a lot of validation, even in that one creative pursuit, that I was on the right track. And I definitely have Empath Energetics to thank for just the inspiration and the ability and the support to take on that creative pursuit. So whatever you're working on, also know that there's going to be a group of people who are supporting your goals and your dreams, and that can always be helpful uh, a helpful thing to have in your corner as well. Before I signed up for the class, I definitely felt the spiritual calling towards something, but didn't have a lot of language or concepts to sort of filter those thoughts through. So Empath Energetics has been a great crash course in a lot of different methodologies and practices and introspective tools to sort of allow you to understand spiritual vocabulary and journeys, and give you actions that you can actually take. So having done this course for 3 months, I now feel I'm leaving with a sense of validation that I am on the right path, and I know how to continue to explore that and ask my own intuition for guidance, and of course the universe or the other forces outside of us for guidance. I feel like I have a much easier path in to ask those questions and seek validation for the path that I'm on. It's interesting because these are like tricky concepts, and there's a lot of personal and challenging things that come up throughout the course of the program. And Kate has this ability to create a really safe space where you feel not scared to share these challenges or share vulnerable things about yourself. You feel they're going to be well received. And at the same time, she doesn't really let you get away with any bullshit, if I can say that, bull crap. She'll call you out on your stuff, but in the most caring kind of way. I guess it's a lot like getting a hug from a loved one. I've done a lot of, kind of one-off spiritual exchanges with people, and sometimes you can go to practitioners who, they're spiritual people, so it can feel very airy and like ungrounded and very like woo-woo, for lack of a better term. But I think Kate has a really unique ability to be very grounded in their approach to spirituality. So we even talked about like science and psychological concepts, and seeing how spiritual concepts and, the more scientific and psychological concepts can come together in a really nice way that doesn't feel very woo-woo, but feels very meaningful. So before Empath Energetics, I had a feeling that there was a big spiritual calling, and that's what I'll leave it at. It was a very big feeling that I needed to do something. And this course actually kind of came across in a very organic way. So I decided to sign up. I took it as a sign, and I'm very glad I did, because after now, in the 4th month of the program, I've learned so many different introspective tools, so many spiritual concepts borrowed from many, many different modalities that I can now apply in my own way. So it's not like I'm beholden to the group and their teachings, but there's a lot that I can take away with me and use in my own practices, my own journey. So I would recommend Empath Energetics to anyone who has felt some sort of spiritual calling, but perhaps is lacking that good first step to take. I know exploring spiritual concepts can often be, pretty challenging. It can be caked in judgment, and it can also, it can be hard to do alone. So by joining Empath Energetics, you get access to a group who is like-minded and is in a similar place where you are spiritually, and it can be really helpful to just have the opportunity to share your journey in an open space that is clear of that judgment, and a lot of things and pieces start coming together more quickly than you would imagine. So anyone who needs that first step towards more spirituality, more understanding of themselves, I would definitely